like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a
This,
clean hat.
like,
Yeah, it goes good with any color too. Hey.
well, yeah, and I don't have a black one here. Like my kid has, uh, my kid's confiscated some of my hats, so.
I'm just wait a minute. It says right here, video is private. Give me a second.
Well, it says on my end, it says being live streamed.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're live, guys. Just making sure. It said this video is private for some reason.
I don't know. Dakota, what did it say to you?
Says live streamed as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good. Oh yeah, we're good. We're live.
Okay.
No, we're good, guys.
I made it. I'm just gonna set my phone up here.
Oh, let me turn this down. There we go. We're good now. Okay. Am I echoing still?
No, you were though.
I was, yeah. Okay, now we're good. Okay,
Okay.
great. Well, we got the Grippler on and get to talk about some Mac arm wrestling.
Oh yeah.
Sean just texted me, said we're live and good to go. Sorry to interrupt, guys. I just wanted to.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, we can talk about Mac arm wrestling. We can talk about arm wrestling. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. My uncle just passed. He was a famous pro wrestler, one of the pioneers of pro wrestling.
Oh,
In
so
fact, he was the guy that brought Andre the Giant over from France.
okay.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
you can say he covered him basically.
Well,
Well,
sorry for your loss, Ian.
yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that, guys.
He did pro wrestling and arm wrestling.
He was a fountain of wisdom. That guy.
Oh, okay.
He always story. He taught you things in the way of stories. Like he wouldn't give you advice. He would just tell you a story, and then you would figure it out. You know.
You learn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When you're
Sometimes that's the best way to learn, though, right? Because you have to think about it for yourself and take from it what you will.
Yeah, and we don't like to be talked to generally, and most people don't take criticism well. So instead of it's a way of teaching you a lesson without criticizing you,
Yeah.
and it forces you to self-reflect.
Yeah, I do a lot of that.
Yeah, well, me too, but I I only really started doing it like late 30s, early 40s. Like, I took everything like to heart for some reason for a long time,
Yeah.
and now I've learned to have thicker skin, but it's taken me a long time.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
That's something you should learn like right away is try not to take things personal because especially when people are attacking you, you have to look at the source, right? Some people have nothing going on in their life, no ambition, no drive, and they're jealous. And how that manifests is they become haters,
Yeah.
talk shit, and they try to bring down because misery loves company and they want to bring you down to their level. So
Yeah.
whenever fucking going off and talking smack and just look at them and shake your head and be like, oh, that guy probably hasn't got laid in years.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Oh, fair enough. So,
Taking me a while
Ian,
too.
to start this off, tell the people who might not know about you a little bit about yourself.
You think there's people watching this arm wrestling podcast that doesn't know anything about me?
Well, there's a
Well,
few new people that might. There's a few new people, but
I'm
most
just
people, yeah.
I'm trying to act like a bit. My name's Ian Carnegie. In the arm wrestling world, I'm known as the Grippler. I've been arm wrestling since 2005 under the tutelage of the one and only Devin Larrett. He was my original coach. Brought me into the Ottawa High Hookers. I consider myself one of the OGs of the High Hookers. So whether I'm on the team or not, it's irrelevant because I will always be an Ottawa High Hooker, right? OG. So
I know
it
you.
doesn't matter who I am or what team I'm on. Like there's about 8 of us that can hold that title. So yeah. I've done. I've been pulling pro pretty much since I got in because the way it worked was the events were all open for us. Like there wasn't really amateur professional. It was just
Mhm.
like here's an arm wrestling table and or a tournament, and arm wrestlers showed up, and it was like one division. So I wasn't pro level, but I ended up cutting my teeth against some of the best in Canada, and it was good because if you kind of weeded out the weak that way, right? Like if you didn't think that you could hack it, well, then within 6 months, guys just walked away, and then the cream rises to the top day, right?
Yeah.
Now I think it's probably better the way it is now because it allows for people to develop at their own rates, and yeah, and they don't just have to take serious ass whooping every time. You know what I mean? Oh, I mean it's pretty. I can imagine training really hard for months, and then your first match is Mike Gould, and your second match is Earl Wilson. So and that's kind of how it was for me back in the day. Like it was always some massive giant, and you had to cut my teeth hard with sharpening stones, if you will.
Yeah.
But it made me stronger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So my first like pro super match, pro league. I think it was like the Arm Wars over in Germany. Neil Pickup's promotion. It was a good time. I had two matches there. Good highlights. I mean, Neil told me that it was some of the highest rated matches is the ones I was in. So that was
Wow.
good. I think I'm made for sport entertainment more than sport. Like I feel like I'm boisterous, loud. I like to entertain. And, even if I'm winning or losing, it doesn't really matter. I'm out there to have fun and put on a show. And I think at the professional level, it's really important. I'm really hoping that, you know, if this takes off, that the focus is on the consumer, like that the athletes understand that their livelihood, if we're going to make it that way, is dependent on if they can put asses in seats and eyes on TV. You know
Yep.
what I mean? And that's why with my model of sharing pay-per-views with the athletes on their first sale, uh, it's going to help them market themselves as a brand. So it's like an independent contractor and a partnership, right? So it's like they're making me money and they're making themselves money, and the harder they work, the more they make, and it helps everyone because if, say, Dakota, you're on my card and you work hard at marketing and you're getting on your socials and stuff like that, and you reach X number amounts of people, well, that's great for the business and it's great for you. And
Mhm.
it also, every person that you reach now is exposed to the sport of arm wrestling. And now I have 24 guys doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So their reaches and wherever they're coming from and what part of the country or whatever, and they're like you were saying about your family, now all your family members are involved, and so and then who knows if you inspire a cousin, a sibling, whatever, uncle, you never know. I know a guy who was playing on my son's semi-pro football team last year, um, quit football to get into arm wrestling, and his father was the team manager, and he's in his 50s, and he's now training regularly at arm wrestling.
Wow.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah. So
rubs off. I
it
mean, my
does.
son and my daughter are pulling up. So
Is that okay? I my kids are pretty gifted naturally at arm wrestling. I don't know how much interest they have in it. Liam broke a kid's arm in the New York State Championship in the finals, and it really left a sour taste in his mouth.
Mhm.
yeah,
And yeah, so been he's only had one pro super match since then. He lost it 3-2, but he opened up with a bang, and like he went from doing nothing, sitting on the couch, and he challenged the top youth in Canada, which Casey Bosom, and
Yeah.
in the first match, he blasted Casey right to the tabletop. Just
Wow.
pure, just pure natural talent. He does not train for it. I mean, he's probably trained at practice in a 6 month span. He's might have gone 3 or 4 times.
Wow. Hey,
Yeah,
gifted.
Imagine if he
he
trained.
say again.
Imagine if he started training.
Okay, honestly, I tell him this all the time, but I need someone else to tell him because like genetically, he wouldn't want to like he's perfect for the sport. Like he isn't 6'8", but he has like the same from elbow to fingertip is the same as Devin exactly. You know, he's got a gigantic mitt on him. He is like size 16 feet, which is not helpful for arm wrestling, but it's just it goes to the point
Big
he's
kid.
got yeah. And he's like 340 pounds, so big boy. And he works with concrete all day.
Oh yeah.
And my buddy
Yeah,
does concrete. Dale.
grind, he
Yeah.
grinds rebar, he grinds rebar, he makes concrete structures. He comes home and he's friggin' fatigued. That's probably why he hasn't got the motivation to get into arm wrestling, because when he gets home he just wants to play some video games, eat food, go to sleep, kind of thing. And maybe when he gets more into the routine, like he's only been doing it for a couple months,
Mhm.
maybe realize that there's more to life than just work and weekends.
Yeah, for sure.
That takes a while. I didn't learn that till I was like 40.
It takes men a long time sometimes, and we don't fuck. We're hard. We're thick in the
Uh,
heads. Eh?
Yeah. So to rewind a little bit, you were talking about pay-per-view buys and stuff, and then we obviously see the logos on your
Oh
shirt
yeah,
and
we got
hats.
sidetracked.
That's to do with your league. It's the major arm wrestling championships, right? Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. So give us a little breakdown on that, and then why you started it as well. We all want to hear about that.
Okay, so I used to keep a little bit of a lid on how it started and why it started, because things are kind of like in the air about some stuff that.
Yeah.
But at this point, I really don't give a flying. I the table concept I had 12 years ago, but Devin came out with the freedom thing, and he convinced me that arm wrestling wasn't going to it wasn't going in my direction, because I had bigger pads, like pin pads, and bigger. He's like, the direction of arm wrestling is no pads. So he was going freedom, and I believed him because it's Devin, right? Like he's pretty knowledgeable. Anyways, it's been 12 years. It's really not gone the way of freedom, and we still have all the same problems in arm wrestling, all the same gay rules that make no fucking logical sense. We're talking about a
Great.
professional fight sport that has more safety rules than friggin', kids riding a bike with a tricycle and helmets. Like we're babying these guys. We don't need to square our shoulders 12 and 6. It's not necessary. We don't have to have our wrists so straight it's backwards. That's stupid. Like it's taking away from what we want. I mean, if a guy has a little bit of a bend in his wrist and the other guy has a little bit of bend in his, like, who the fuck cares? How many times you goddamn match where the two guys are ready to go? They're ready to go, but who's not ready to go? The referee. And
The
why?
record.
Because the referee has to follow the last standard, and he has to make your wrist, shoulder, wrist, back,
Yeah.
wrist. So 25 minutes later, they
Yeah.
fucking and they
Yeah.
they have to do it all over again.
I agree.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck's
I
sake.
believe in fairness though, but I do agree with it, pretty
Okay,
much
but
everything you're saying. Yeah.
can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why is this the standard of fairness? Why not have a little bit of a bow, a little bit?
Oh,
Like,
well, it's about this, right? Like I mean, you could be a little bowed, long, like, you know what I mean? Like, I can manipulate it and
I'm
still
not.
be.
I'm not
Yeah, you're
saying.
not saying like, you know, like that. Yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
saying, like, guys, come on.
yeah. I mean, if it feels equal, like I
Yeah,
don't want if you don't feel an advantage and the two guys are ready to go, yeah, I don't see why
yeah.
not.
And then people say, oh well, one person might feel advantage if he has it versus, and then you could say, well, that's the same difference if a guy needs it to be super straight. The guy who needs it super straight has an advantage over the guy that doesn't.
You
So
know
it's
what? I just seen it recently. Did you watch the Jamal Jablonski matches?
uh
Camille Jablonski.
Yeah, yeah, that's his name.
Jamal.
Sorry, Jamil. Yeah, sorry, I'm bad with names.
Camille
You
Jablonski.
know, like if you got to be straight like this, right? How come he can start like this? Why is that allowed? It's like,
it's not
and he's like
it's
this.
not
All he does is go like that. You know what I mean? To me, that's
it,
still you still have to straighten his wrist. You can't because he's like this. That's how he pulls. So he's,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying. I don't want to speak out of turn. I don't know if that is a rule though, because I'll tell you, in my career,
Uh,
like I've had to start like this because the referee is
yeah,
like,
because yeah,
take bro, backward. This is not straight. This is
no,
backward. You know what I mean?
that right there. Yeah,
Oh, you have to adjust your arm. You have to adjust. So now I'm in a referee's grip. And if I try to adjust my arm, anyways,
yeah, you
I'm
get a
so
foul. I know.
I
Yeah,
don't know if you guys have seen my proof of concept match with Jason Constantini and Nathan Leland, but that table,
I watched it. Yeah.
have you guys seen it? Okay,
I didn't.
I will send you guys the links. But let me tell you something. The matches went the full 5 rounds. There was a break between matches 2 and 3, and I was able to do the whole thing in 11 minutes.
Holy
You know,
shit.
yeah. So times that by 10 or 13. I could have a 10 or 13 card. Let's just add. Let's say that was an anomaly, and
No
let's just
problem. Let's
make it 15 minutes per. It's still killing what the current standard is. Some of these
Yeah.
matches, half an hour, 35 minutes.
Yeah, that's
A
for
Death
sure.
match is 45 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's and some of these investors and stuff, they don't want that. They want a show, a pay-per-view show, to be done in 2.5, 3 hours. I believe I can deliver. I believe my rule set, my table, it promotes action. I think it's going to be a better product because the playing surface is bigger. It's like 8 by 10.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's awesome.
it's going to be because you know what? For safety reasons, on a couple of fronts, I raised the pin pad by half an inch. I'm going to save more King's Mover biceps. You know what I mean? Then because there's like all these young guys, Michael Todd, Devin Larratt, you're hanging, doing this, and guess what happens right before the pin pad? Boom, their bicep goes. So I'm like, you know what? Let's raise it half an inch, and maybe they get pinned a little earlier, but they live to fight another day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's usually about like that, like right around there.
Right on there, exactly.
Mm.
So, and the fact that you can get a running start on my table because of the pad, like you can go,
Yeah,
back,
lots of move, a lot of
go
room to travel.
far, you can go side far, you can really like load up and blast. I think it makes sense to have the pin pad a little bit. Sorry, I don't know if you hear that noise. My Rottweiler's
No,
going crazy on himself right now for,
Oh no, it's actually I don't hear nothing.
nothing.
okay. I think he's
I
having a fight with his own tail.
I like the exercise in the pads because I think it makes it more technical in a sense, And I like where it is because even if you have a little bit of an elbow bump and stuff,
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? You can account for it makes it more technical even on a defensive end. So like,
The elbow bumps, if you're below 3/4 of an inch,
yeah, it's nothing.
referees can't see it anyways.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it only gets called if it comes out of the hole.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's been hundreds of matches and like polls on these tables now because I go to like tomorrow I'm going to Rick Blanchard and Eve Durain's practice in Ottawa tomorrow, and that to be, and no one's even come close to an injury. Uh, look, the Japanese style, like their arm sumo, they barely ever have arm breaks or even injuries.
Because you got more surface to adjust and position.
Like
If you're trying to stay on a little pad, you get yourself in arm break positions just because you don't have room to.
Area.
That's exactly it. You can move if you're feeling like a spiral's going on. You can, and on my pad, exactly, you can move, get away from it, and so I think I've addressed. I'm not saying there'll never be an arm break on. I mean, arms are going to break. It's just the way it is. You do anything
by safety.
Any sport you play can break an arm. Like, it doesn't matter. Listen, is there a way I can make this so I can see? Oh, there we go.
You should turn can you turn your camera or your phone? There you go.
Is that better? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot better.
I mean, arms are going to break. It's just the way it is. You do it.
Oh, there you go.
That was me giving feedback. My bad.
I was going to say, I got a quick question for you, Ian.
Yeah.
How would the referee's grip work in with your tables?
So it's all a set grip, right? It's just, like, and basic. Can I be honest with you? In a tournament, it's going to be this. It's going to be the WAL, like close your thumb, close your hands, go. In super matches, it's going to be that with the straps. Okay. Now, if you talk to your opponent and your opponent agrees, I don't care how you set up. Like, other than, like, I don't want WAF set up. So you're sitting there taking fucking forever. But I mean, if you want to go close your thumb, close your hands while in the strap with a little bit of a bend, and you guys agree with it, go. If you want it straight, same thing. You want no straps, but a little bit of a bend. What I don't want is straight wrist, no bend, so that we can spend all that time going and then slipping and going no straps. Because if that's going to happen, we might as well just throw you in the fucking straps. It's about getting the matches going, and reducing all these restarts. You know what I'm saying? And if you and your opponent in a super match, we want to know who the best hooker is, we'll fucking start you in a hook. I don't care. You know what I mean? It's about entertaining to the population. You know what I mean? And if two guys banging it out in a hook is going to be entertaining, let's fucking go. What's not going to happen is you're not going to start in one and then ask to cycle through all the different. No. The referee will be instructed to set up whatever you guys agree with at the beginning of the match. If you choose wrong, fuck, that's your problem. Here it is. Like, I'm giving you a max freedom, like huge table to play on, super comfortable. You're not going to hurt your off arm by bashing it off the corner of a table. You get your own setup basically in a super match. If you still have something to complain, we don't actually want you. Go somewhere else. Yeah. And if you're stuck in your ways and you have to have everything super square and anal retentive, there's other leagues for that. Go play WAF. I don't care. I'm not even trying to replace WAF. There is a place for WAF, okay? Like amateurs, but the professional game is sports entertainment. Yeah, we want to sell the game to a broader audience, not just to arm wrestlers. Mm-hmm. We don't have to sell arm wrestlers. We're already into it. How do we get this product to the masses out there? And that's how, and I'll tell you, people say, Ian, why are you worried about swag? I actually heard this 2 days ago. They're like, why are you worried about selling swag and cool shit? Shouldn't you build the league
for the entertainment value?
I'm like, exactly. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, if something looks cool, feels cool, and it's like, and then you're waiting on an event, it's a build-up.
100%.
I've been marketing this table. People are like, fuck, this table's great. When they're on it, they're like, when can I actually get in a tournament? You know what? I didn't rush to do it. I'm planning it. Yeah. I'm taking my time. My first event is not till the 25th of May. Do you know how much marketing I'm going to be doing? How much social media? How many podcasts? You know what I mean? If people want to see what it looks like as a proof of concept, I'll send them that link of us in an octagon. Let me tell you something. There was 500 people in the stands there.
Wow.
At MMA. And when we were an intermission show, okay, so they had a break and they said, get up there and fucking entertain. Let me tell you something. We had some of the biggest cheers than even in the MMA show.
Yeah.
And then brought the table out of the octagon. We had fucking all these MMA guys coming over and wanting to learn.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? Because it didn't suck.
No,
it wasn't like
exactly.
you know, it's like, oh, this guy won on 2 fouls and fucking he imagine tell me, could you imagine training for an entire year? You win nationals, now you're going to worlds. You fly over to fucking Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, fuck me off stand, and you spend all kinds of money, right? Your hotel, your flight, and everything, just to go there. And you fucking two matches, you're up. You never get the pool. You fucking foul out because you fucking you sneezed during a rest grip. You fucking, you know, they could throw a credit card under your elbow, and therefore, you know, that was an elbow foul. Right. And it's like, and they do it because they get so many matches, and they need to cycle these throughout. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just a meat grinder. And like, you imagine spending take time off work, so you lose out on days, all that to have the most shitty experience ever. And that's a lot of people. That is the majority of people that they go there and they fucking are playing under this crazy rule set, and they get no satisfaction. Are there some that go and have incredible times? Yes. And would they be there? You don't know what the fuck you're talking about? Yeah. The 2% or the 10% that have that happen for them, good on you. Continue. And you know what? Continue doing what you're doing. For the rest of us who actually want to engage in arm wrestling, have a good fucking time, come on over to Mac. We'll let you pull a bit.
Yeah.
That was pretty awesome.
I think so. That's why I'm doing it. Well, I'm putting all my money into it. I'm going to go broke and lose my.
Yeah. Oh no, it's. I'm excited. Listen, I'm really excited. You know how I feel. I've told you. I think it's amazing because it's some of the views you share is what I've been thinking and talk. We've all been talking about it. You're just putting it into action. So I mean, we're happy.
Well, I've thought like this for a long time, my friend. I mean, anyone that knows me knows that I thought sports. When I got in, I felt like we were more like golf than pro wrestling. We were closer as a culture to golf because everyone was like super respectful. And I remember coming in and I wanted to WWE to up, so I was like screaming and yelling and fucking getting pumped up, and people thought I was half retarded, and I was like, nope, full retarded, all the way retarded.
I liked your match with Mike Aiello or whatever. That was
a lot of people do, and a lot of people think that I actually won that match, and I was like, no, I lost that match.
It was close
because I pinned him once, and I stole the show, right?
Yeah.
I stole the show because I fucking started rapping, and
you came back too. He had you, and you just came back, and it was awesome, pin.
Yeah. I slept on Justin Bishop's floor of his hotel the night before because I had just got a new credit card, and they would not, like when I tried to check into my room, the credit card company would not activate it. Like I called them and everything. They're like, we can't verify you. I'm like, I gave you they're like, yeah, you're in Los Angeles. You never told us that you were going. So I could not use my credit card to get this. So I have apnea. So I was that match. I was like, man, it was one of the worst. And I have a couple herniated discs. So like my back was super fuck. But I'll tell you, I was strong as fuck. I was way overconfident for that match. I just thought I was going to annihilate him, but I underestimated him and just how depleted I was from the night before. But anyway,
depends, right? It depends.
Everyone's got
in your backyard. It might have been different.
They're like assholes. Everyone's got one of those too. So I can't wait to have another rematch with him. I'm going to tell the Knuckles Up guys that I want Mike Aiello.
Good.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Going to come back, and you know what? You're looking strong as fuck, right?
I don't know. I am strong. It's just this rear delt thing. I'm taking a bunch of peptides to get it sorted, and hopefully by the 23rd I can go out and kill everybody. And if I do well on the 23rd, then I'm going to be, Arm Gods have me scheduled to pull. I don't know my opponent, but they want me to pull for AG4. And
Okay.
The High Five guys literally asked me today who I wanted for an opponent. I said Austin Jaggers, but Pavlo Austin, and I think Mike Aiello.
Mike Aiello. Yeah, that'd be fun.
That would be a good
I
one.
didn't tell them, but I will tell them. I'll give them a call later.
Yeah. Quick thing too. Is it for elbow fouls, or those runners, or stop in this league?
If you foul, it's because you've done something egregious, right? So we got to stop.
Stop foul, yeah.
If you come an inch out of the, now I feel like an inch is dangerous, because if I allow you to come up and come down on somebody, that's fucked up.
Yeah,
that's
dangerous
too.
You should see that. You should see this match that you should see this match that I had.
Yeah.
It was like, it was a while ago now, but it was in Grand Prairie, and this guy can't. What did you say? 3-4 inches off the pad.
Chris Evans, yeah.
He came 3-4 inches off the pad.
He lifted it like this and pinned you like that, and then it was like winner. Like,
and then they didn't call a foul on. They didn't see it.
Yeah. No, they didn't care. They just called it winner.
I'll send it to you. Actually, it's funny.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have a common sense board in super matches, and there will be if we see anything egregious, we're gonna let the referees know. We just want to be right. We just want to get it right. You know what I mean? Like, I'll tell you. I'm going to tell you something. This league would not exist if it wasn't for Phil Stopper telling me that about these big time sponsors. Okay, these big time sponsors. They were dealing with East versus West. It fell through. I'm not going to get into any details on that. And they're looking at Jason Constantini, and I believe they're also looking at Magna. And if any of those guys get it, I'm super happy with them, because I'll tell you what, even if they get a big budget and they go out and they're very successful, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to be.
No, there's room for you.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this is such a common sense thing, and people are going to want to have fun. They're going to want to come to these events because they know that they're going to get into the match. Like, nobody has a problem with losing when they feel like the other guy was just better than them, right? Like, if the guy's stronger than you, fine. But if you feel like you got fucked, rules, refs, whatever, it leaves a shitty taste in your mouth, right?
I've had it.
You know what I mean? And
start carved back every time, friggin',
I don't see that happen. I don't see that happening, especially in the super match portions, because you literally discuss with your opponent what you want to do. Even if you guys can't come up with a consensus, that is also a decision, because there's a default setting. You know what I mean?
I was just going to ask about that. So there is a default setting. And so let's say me and you are competing against each other, and I want something and you don't want that, or vice versa. Then it's like, okay, opponents can now come to an agreement. We're going to go to default max setting.
And that is straps. Okay. Close your thumbs, close your hands, go.
So WAL in a sense.
But the WAL still anal retentive about how straight they want the wrist.
Okay. Yeah.
The referee have a grab of your wrist, and if he's comfortable with and I'm telling them it's okay. They want to carve, not supinate carve, but like pronation carve a little bit. You know what I mean? And he's going to set you where he's comfortable, and then he's going to say go. Yeah. So so the referee, like, you guys choose your setup. He's just going to make sure that it's that setup. And when he's ready, he's going to release and say, go. And then you really shouldn't be bitching. Like, God, you get what I mean?
If you're over pronating, obviously it's going to be felt too. But if both guys are kind of like out, but in the straps, you wouldn't be able to pronate too much, because it would disadvantage.
Well, look, you can't really load, right? You can load. You take a firm grip, but there isn't going to be any of this fucking pulling guys off center.
What Well, yeah. What about the shoulder, the center line? Are you still?
Yeah,
foul? So
I
normal
mean,
fouls that way.
it's still arm wrestling, guys. But like you know the whole 12, like the WAF wants you like super straight shoulders like this.
Mhm.
I'm looking at it like if the left peg of the table is the 12 o'clock and the right peg is the 6 o'clock. WAF wants 12 and 6 with your shoulders. I'm saying if you grab the left peg with your left hand and you put your arm down and your shoulder is at the 11 o'clock, I'm fucking good with that. Do I want it at the 10 or the 9? No,
You don't want it so they're set up like this, so they can just crash down and press right on go.
no, you don't want that. Yeah, right there. Fine. What is wrong with that?
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
That's normal. Now do what WAF.
Foul.
Now do what WAF
Uzbekistan
wants. Yeah.
foul.
Now your back looks like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. It's not fucking normal. It's
Yeah.
not normal.
Yeah.
It's not. This is not normal, guys. I mean, like
I like shoulder square, like just kind of close to the same. That's it. But I'm reffing too, so it's installed in me, right? So, but I know
yeah.
you're
And guess, can I just tell you, Brian, like it's fine what you like, and not everyone's going to agree with me, especially people that have been in the sport a long time. But I don't give a fuck. Like I don't care.
It's your rules, so that's fine, right?
Exactly. I'm like, I would rather reduce the integrity of what we think the sport of arm wrestling. Dude, I'm this close to changing the sport's name so people can get off my case. I'm thinking of calling it major arm grappling championships. Just so I can fucking tell you to start with your fucking thumb up your nose. Like if it's a different, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you can do it's your league, so you can make any rule set you want, and it is an entertainment. It will be the first of its kind. So
But
I
I
wouldn't
think
even give a fuck what anybody says because it's about entertainment. It's about the viewer. Because
yeah,
if
but I
you're
think
happy watching it, that's all that's what matters the most because you're trying to make it entertaining.
And the athletes will come around to it too because
Yeah.
for the things that they may not like, that at least they know that it's going to be very hard to foul out of a match. You're going to get pinned or you're going to pin somebody.
Mhm.
Like we give you three,
That's
That's what we want.
and we don't have running fouls, but we do have running warnings. And what are running warnings? If okay, so there's a 10-by-8 pad, right? Okay, so my two fingers that just came up, they represent the 3/4 inch flat surface that is beside the pad. Okay, and then from that, from this, there's a 75-degree grade upward.
Mhm.
Now, if your elbow hits that flat area and you recorrect on your own, it's not an elbow foul. It's like in NASCAR, the car hits the ball, it comes back. Okay, if you go all the way up to the slope and you're there, and I'm like, warning, and you don't like, you immediately get back on, it's just a warning, but it's a running warning. If you do it again, I have to foul.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you're
know.
trying to make the
That
match.
works for all four sides of the table, front, back, left,
Yeah,
and
except the back of the table, because the back of the table, it's hard to put your elbow there. I mean, if I see you just sitting there, yeah, but a lot of people, it's actually more beneficial to put your tricep on it, and your elbow is actually capable of being on the pad. So it's actually, a lot of people say, "Oh, this 10-inch side, it favors hookers and pressers." I'm like, okay,
No,
maybe.
maybe.
But guess what? The back of the pad totally favors top rollers. So
Well, yeah, because you know what? Number one problem with top rolls, a lot of guys, if they're not perfect,
room on the back.
they run out of room, or they run out of pad, and then they got to bring their elbow forward and readjust. With that extra room, how can it not be beneficial to
and your tricep also, you have to fully post to get your tricep, whereas with the 75-degree, you can actually get your tricep right around here.
Yep.
well,
You have to go all the way down.
Yeah, you can get right up.
your tricep can sit on the grade, but the grade is substantially less. Like it's the same degree, but it's not as high as the other sides because it's just you had to do it for comfortability, and you can do a legal king's move. You just can't dip below, because as soon as you do and your tricep hits the
elbow,
table,
Your elbow's lifting anyway. It almost eliminates the illegal king's move.
You can't have your elbow this far off the pad when you're pulling.
which, can I be honest with you? So fucking what? It's illegal.
No, I know. I agree.
It's good. Yeah, that's fair.
I don't like the under the table king's move. It's wrong for one, and it's unfair, and it's not fair to the opponent, because you know what? At that point, you're just using, like, it's not arm wrestling, really. It's really not, and it's not up to the other guy to.
I don't mind open hand. I don't mind king's moves like Crazy George. Crazy George.
His is back press. Yeah, but he's got a good kick move because he's controlling everything with his back pressure all the time. It's not the same. He's not like this under the table.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I got to pull with Crazy George finally. I was so happy. Yeah.
He's good, eh?
I got
a lot.
I got to pull with him at Max's last event, which was great.
Yeah.
It was great. I didn't like all the matches being decided by fouls and stuff, but that's not out of our control. It's the rules. That's exactly what I'm complaining about.
Yeah,
I have a hard time.
By the way, which hat's sexier, guys? I don't know.
I like the white because I don't like.
I like the white hat. Yeah.
This one is my everyday hat though. This fucking army green.
I like the red on the black hat, but I like the white hat.
Yeah, the gold and the white's nice too.
But the white one, like that's gonna be like when.
What are you sending me? What are you sending me? Because I'll be.
Well, what do you?
That tonight. Yeah.
You can have whatever you want.
Just send me one of each. Yeah.
One of each.
Well, how many kind? Didn't you get a few? I thought you had a few.
Like there's like fucking lots of them, but you guys are supposed to send me a team order, right?
Yeah,
what I'm supposed to take care of that, Dakota?
Pardon, sorry?
Weren't you supposed to do that, or was it you, Brian?
Probably me, but
Sean.
I said I would just buy 5.
I thought it was Sean.
Yeah, maybe it might have been Sean, but I'll buy 5. Just bring them to the club, and then we'll do a team order.
I know Sean said he was gathering people for a team order. I'm sure he'll comment here.
We'll do it. Yeah, we'll do it.
I'll send you guys all the different colors. I'm actually looking at different styles too. Like I got a few flat brims. Here, you want to see my puppy?
I don't like the flat brims.
Oh, hello.
Aw.
This is Mr. Reddington.
I don't let my dog down.
2-year-old Rottweiler. He's 130 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, he's got a big old head on, like friggin' ginormous. But he's an attention whore. He just loves it. He loves all the love.
Sean was asking, shoulder across center a foul?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. I mean, like, yeah, for pressers, like it's all the same. We're not trying to allow people to cheat. That's not the point. The point is there's still rules, guys. I'm not trying to what I'm trying to do is cut down on the amount of BS fouls. And the one that's really killing us is the micro elbow foul. Nobody likes.
I hate them. I hate those.
It fucking ruins the sport. How many wars have been destroyed by that
little
call?
Jump?
Yeah.
Can I tell you something? A very prominent league asked me for my email address. That was it. They just asked me for my email address. I'm not going to get into it because it could be bad. They could send me who knows what they want, but I'm assuming maybe they're, because I actually reached out to them first, and then I can't remember why I didn't continue with it, but got busy with whatever, and then they got back to me asking for my email. So yeah, who knows?
Well, so big things on the horizon is what you're saying.
Maybe I think one of these. I know there's a league out in Texas that wants my CAD for it, and I just don't have one. Like, everybody knows how. Like, I got 3 guys that know how to make it, but no one's taken the time to write everything and do some drawing. So I know that Rick Heidebrecht can do those digital CADs, right? And so once we get that together, I'll just start pumping it out. I don't care. I don't have to sell the world arm wrestling tables. I win if every club has an arm wrestling table like mine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want
they got Mac in their minds. You know what I mean? guys, I don't know how successful my first event's going to be, but everyone gave all those other events, East versus West. How many different rule changes that they did from rule from
Change them a lot.
1,000 different rules have been changed, right? So all I ask is, guys, get patient and afford me the same respect, because I'm changing a lot right off the bat. So guys, like, give me a break and let me figure it out. And not just me, I'm gonna have a board right after, as soon as this, like, if Brian, if you come down, we're basically gonna have the board there. If you come, it'll have the guys from the States, Matthias, myself, John, JJ. There's a few guys, and we're gonna be the board of Mac. And I'm not gonna make unilateral decisions. That's not how a board works, Like I'll say, guys, this is my vision, and but just because it's my vision doesn't mean I'll always know what direction to take it in. Like, there's other people have opinions, and excuse me, but you understand what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And so I want to, before I say goodbye to this, I want to make sure that I'm wrong. But what if I'm right?
Yeah.
What if I'm right? If I'm right, I believe I'm going to change arm wrestling forever.
Well, everything takes a start. You got to build it, right?
Yeah.
For them to come. So
yeah, exactly. Like Field of Dreams, build it and he will come,
Yeah.
And I just think that, I'll tell you something right now. Let me tell you something. Jason Constantini pulled on my table in one super match, and he loved the 10x8 pads so much that on a WAF table, he had somebody build him a 10x8 fucking pad that's on a WAF table. And that's how his league is going.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm all for. Listen. I'm not against change at all. So
what's that? Sorry,
I said I'm not against change at all. Like I think on the WAF level, amateur level, I don't know. Like I think for the elite pro entertainment, I think that's the best thing. Like we got to make changes.
But even at the WAF level, can I tell you, kids playing hockey today, they're not using the same stick, not using the same skates that I used, and I didn't use the same stick in hockey that Gretzky used. I mean, every fucking sport evolves their equipment to be more ergonomic, safer, better padding, whatever it is. Not wrestling. What we did? We went from straight across pads and then this, and we're like, that fixes everything right there. Holy fuck, what an innovation that was. Let's just fucking well done, No, man.
Some people are afraid of change. They want it, and then when it comes to doing it.
Can I tell you, even myself, I question this, because it's like, can I tell you, there's things about this table that don't benefit me. Okay? Like the type of puller I am, I grew up with WAF tables, and I adjusted my pulling style exactly like that. So, there's going to be some adjustment even for myself. What really sucks is that I probably, unless some other league adopts my table, it might take me a long time before I ever get an actual official match on a Mac table, because I'm not going to show up to my own event and start fucking. People are literally, what people say? They'll literally say, "Of course you won. You pay the refs," and they wouldn't be wrong.
Well, you do pay the refs, I mean.
You pay the refs.
Oh yeah.
Like, what are you?
I don't see the controversy myself. I really don't.
Yeah, but like I also would, if I could find a way to get arm gods or high five to adopt these tables, fuck, it'd be great. You know what I mean?
But that's by doing the super matches, promoting it, and showing the entertainment value. That's what's going to sell it to these other leagues. So,
and the other thing too is they don't have to adopt my rules. My rules and my table aren't mutually exclusive. You can have this and ref have basically a WAF rule set on this table. It's just the dimensions are a little different, but other than that,
to see everything anyway.
Yeah, but you could, you could ask them to straighten their wrist and straighten their shoulders, and you could. I'm just saying, for my league, this table can do WAF and it can do more because of its dimensions. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And it's way more comfortable. Guys, wait till you see how well these tables are made. Of course, when I start sending out the CAD, people, it's just the way people are. They're going to find ways to make the same table with cheaper material and cheaper ways. And so it's lighter. And so the quality will likely go down. But if you get a Mac McAlpine table or a Mac Kastner table, they're fucking solid and they're really well made. So Rich Kastner is my table maker in the States, and John McAlpine and Adam Marcelik are the guys that do tables up here. So yeah. But my table in Canada, he's 67 years old, 300 plus pounds, and needs hip replacement surgery. So yeah. So Mac, Adam and I'm gonna learn how to do some fucking measuring and cutting.
Little question, a little off topic. Is Table Monkey still doing their qualifier in April? Or
is it an East versus West qualifier?
I thought they were doing one in April. Yeah, I don't.
Oh wow! I can't imagine them. Hey, you want to smash? No.
I thought I heard it was canceled too, but I don't know.
I can't imagine
anymore.
I can't imagine that they're doing both, like the 23rd of March and then April to turn around and do that quickly. But I'm not going to speak on.
I was just curious. Maybe because you talk to those guys. Yeah.
I do, but right now we're pretty much focused on his event, and I'm focused on his event and my event. What are you doing? God, he's such a suck. Okay, go see Mom. That's enough. Dad's on the phone. Anyway, sorry guys.
No, it's all good. That was good.
Yeah.
I got a quick question for you regarding the cutting out the bullshit and all that. There's a trend I see a lot with certain rule sets where if someone gets in a losing position, they'll just lift their elbow and get a restart. Is that going to be an option in Mac or no?
I want it not to be. I think if the foul is above the losing position, that's why you have fouls for, to utilize them. You know what I mean? I talked to a referee that I really respect about this, because I don't know if because I'm kind of down on myself for not calling winner to Nathan Leland in match 1, because he did that. He did a professional foul where I'm talking about Jason Constantini. He avoided getting pinned by pulling his arm off the table, but he knew he was doing that.
Yeah.
And for me, that pissed me off. It was imagine this, I'm marketing this table for less foul, and the very first pull ever is a foul.
Yeah.
I was fucking lit, but on further review, I thought maybe I should have just called the win. Any foul in the losing position is a loss. That's normal.
What's your losing position? Because losing positions can be determined differently.
It's the hand peg height.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, especially too, because like you said, it's going to be a lot harder. Like pretty much to foul on your table with your rule set, you have to intentionally be fouling.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
And
exactly.
You get 3 fouls, bro. So it's very likely that matches are going to end in pins.
Yeah.
Which is what, excuse me for speaking on behalf of everyone, is everyone wants that arm wrestles. Yeah. I'll tell you, when you have over-regulation, oh man, I don't even know if I want to say this publicly, but I feel like anything. Let's just take basketball, for example. A lot of these refs got caught for fixing games and shit like that because they had so much power to call all kinds of fucking bullshit that changes the outcome because it's interpretation, right?
Yeah.
You
Look at the
have
Canadian government.
yeah, exactly. So in my league, it's going to be very defined. Like it's
Good.
not a what like East versus West and most professional leagues will say we're not going to call the micro fouls this big or whatever. And then of course when you see a foul, like my perception of what a 3/4 inch and your perception of 3/4 inch,
Yeah.
it could be very
Miles
different.
apart.
And
Yeah.
so guys just call the fouls, right? But on my table, it's physically measured what 3/4. It isn't a guess. If your elbow comes above and there's daylight, you're an inch. You've raised your elbow an inch off the pad. Therefore, it's an illegal
It's
move.
actually more fair because these what East versus West, like you said, if it's a micro, no, because they don't call it on one hand, but a second later they call it. So it's like, is it fair? Like, at
Yeah.
least the way you say it, it's obvious and there's not going to be, what I mean, any bias assumed or what I mean?
No, and it'll be on camera, and
Yeah.
we'll be like, "Is that elbow out of the hole?"
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Well, fucking, there you go. It's a foul. Like fucking pick up your big boy pants. Like, listen, there's so many safety rules and everything. It's time to take the training wheels off and say, protect yourself at all times. I
Yeah.
want fight. I want the best matches that I've ever been on an arm wrestling table to happen on Mac table, and I believe I've set the conditions for that.
I would
I
agree.
think you'll sell a bunch of tables because Sean in the questions here.
Yeah, I was just gonna
wants a
say
table
that. Yeah.
rush. He wants a table rush to Red Deer right away. He'll buy it. But
Let me
I think
tell
I'm on that list already though. First, but
guys, I gotta tell you, if I was to sell a table, like I've not sold a table yet because I can't seem to be able to bring it down
in the
where,
price.
yeah, like
And
right now,
the shipping is high.
shipping is be crazy. But if I was to sell, someone forced me to sell a table, I wouldn't sell it less than 1,000. The gauge of the tubing, like the legs, is it's like almost $200 for all the metal. There's 4 sheets of plywood. I use marine vinyl, so the stuff that they use on outdoor boats is my material. Super high quality density foam. Like I'm using, I use yoga mats as the tabletop material.
Oh wow.
You get what I mean? So everything costs.
Yeah, everything. Yeah,
and that's what I try to say before. Oh well, some people
I think that's a reasonable price still, though.
Well, Guy Windover makes great tables, and he was selling WAF tables at 1,300. But imagine, Brian, if I wanted $1,000 profit, or not profit, but if I wanted $1,000 from you and gave you a table, well, no problem. But I don't have a fucking beam me up Scotty thing, and it fucking ships over to you for free.
No,
Shipping. I don't know how much that would cost, but if you ever
$450.
would it?
Yeah.
It'd be $450.
Well, it depends. Unless you worked at a shipping deal, and you had
a table for $450.
No, I know. I'm just saying it would be expensive. I started looking into because I wanted one, remember? And I started looking into it, and I was expecting around $450 for shipping.
It goes via weight, so
It does.
Yeah,
it would be a weight and size too. Yeah,
these things are heavy, and I probably would sell them without the platforms because the way my platform, it's so common sense. I cannot, for 50 years, nobody ever thought of this. You make the legs, right? And the legs are actually a slight, like I have this one table that has spider legs, and that's because whenever I get the budget, I'm going to put corner sleeves that slope down and meet those elbows, like where the legs have the spider leg, and it's going to be like a teardrop, and I'm going to put fucking my Mac logos on all 4 sides, so when you're sitting down, you can see it's going to look off, right? But every other table has like, it's almost like it's not vertical. The legs, they kind of like this, and does that make sense? Kind of like this, and the reason for that is I want the legs to be kind of slanted. It's better for hooking as opposed to vertical. Plus,
Yeah.
when you cut the corners off, you have to bring in the legs a little bit, right? But I
Yeah.
still want that base, that 3 foot base or whatever it is, the same. So it looks fucking phenomenal. And then when the base is like a metal, a very thin piece of metal. I think it's either square or T. I can't remember, but and then what you do is you have 2 notches on the side. You have 2 notches on the sides of the flat, right? Because there's flat going this way, flat going this way, flat going that way. You have 2 notches right here, and then when you have your platform, you drill holes in the platform. You lay it on top, and now they sit in the notches. You don't need to screw anything in. You step on the platform on that side. I step. The table moves nowhere, and it takes 0 seconds to set up.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
we actually changed our platforms too. Did you guys see what we had at East versus West Sac?
The only thing is you need a truck or an SUV to carry, because the table is like one piece and the platform is another. You slam them together, and it's a bit heavy. But guess what, guys? It was perfect. Could you imagine if I had to do that MMA event and I had one of those tables where you had to take the wrench and 15 minutes later, oh, the intermission's done. Get the fuck out. You know what I mean? 15 minutes later, fucking apart. Right? No, I just brought the table in, threw the fucking platform on top, and away we went.
Yeah.
You know? Listen, I thought a lot on things on getting things going, ergonomic, making it feel good, you know.
I'm just wondering if these, because I think we just ordered those WAF platforms, you know, the ones with the built-in risers and shit. They probably wouldn't fit in a Mac table.
No, they probably would, because it's the same base.
It's the same. Oh, that's what I mean. It's yeah. Okay. Well then, yeah, they would then. Yeah.
How much were those?
Like $2,000 for 2,500 with shipping for 2 of them.
And where are they coming from?
I believe Poland. But see, my buddy, my partner actually, Ronald, he's got connections for all this stuff. So,
well,
we want to get him for the. I don't want to screw around. I want it to look professional, right? Always.
I wanted to go that round, but does the table sit on top of that platform, or is the platform on top?
Inside? It's like kind of inside of it.
Kind of inside. Okay, it might work. Or you know what? I also have a guy working on a hydraulic one.
Yeah.
A hydraulic razor. You know what he's using to raise the floor? Old hospital beds.
Oh,
they're mobile.
okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, the ones with the little remote control that.
Yeah. So referee is gonna go.
That becomes. Yeah, that's cool. That's innovative. Yeah.
Cody will just slowly get taller.
Yeah.
So I wanted like a hydraulic thing, kind of like almost like a pump, like a jack. I wanted to do something like that, and then my guy was like, we're building one with this fucking bed frame. Like, or it's like, really? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, okay. Let me know how it works out and see if you can fit, because he built a Mac table. It's the guy in the States, right? He's this rich guy. He thinks outside the box. He's really creative.
Well, if he gets it down, you might want to send me the info. That sounds pretty cool.
Well, then it'd be even crazier, right? Because now not only does he have to ship it from New York to you, but then they got to pay duty on.
Yeah, no,
we'll figure it out. What I'm really hoping is that you find a decent table maker, carpenter, welder type out your way, and I could just send them the plans, build it at cost.
Yeah.
That would be the best way. I'm not in the table selling business. Like, I don't want to be that guy. I just want but I know I have to initially to get things out there.
Get it up there, yeah.
But what I'm in the business of is I want to be right with what I'm talking about. Like and that's why I took this table to so many places, 3-4 places in the States, all over Ontario. And that's why before I got to this final table, there was 5 iterations. Each one got I took the advice of people. So this table isn't fully Ian Carnegie. This is a community made table.
Yeah.
Bob Brown got me to recline, like to make the space between pads longer. He said I was too close initially. It'll be a hook press league. And I said, okay, as cool as that sounds, no, So my first table is a wall monument, as the Mac's first table never had a frame on it.
Mm.
My number 2 table, same thing. It'll never see a frame. It's just mounted on the Picton club arm wrestling club's wall.
Okay.
I traded that table for 2 jars of honey and a thing of maple syrup.
Nice.
Like that. He says we got to sign it, and he's gonna have it on his wall, and he's like, you never know, man. This might be worth millions one day. I was like, well,
Prototype.
You never know, man.
Prototype, yeah.
Yeah. Sky's the limit.
That Mac 1 table, I think it's still one of the coolest looking tables I've ever seen. It's just not practical for everything that I'm trying to do. The slopes so my slopes now are 75 degrees. Those original were 45. So
Okay.
So they were basically walls. Guys could just sit there and
Like the old circle
I got a
table.
question. Do you got your own media team, or are you sourcing that?
We're working on it. Yeah, it's Matthias right now, and that guy is a fucking incredible workhorse. Like
He's awesome. Hey,
I love him.
I've met him twice. He's great.
Put a lot of energy and effort. Like the little commercial that we made, and he drove from Ottawa to Kingston. Took an hour to set up. We filmed like 2 hours of footage. He probably didn't get home till like 3 a.m. Got home and sent me like some edited footage. Could you imagine if I would have got home? I would have parked the car in the garage and slammed my face on the fucking bed. Like I wouldn't have done shit.
Yeah.
But he has a work ethic that's incredible. So that's why he's my partner. Like I offered him 50% of the business. He said no. He said he didn't want that because it's my baby. And could you imagine what kind of a guy? You got the right partner. He doesn't jump on an opportunity to fuck you.
50-50. Yeah.
Well, dude, I think his business, what he brings to the table, is almost as important as what we bring. Like he is a pay-per-view platform and live stream. I mean, you could have how am I going to get my product out to people if I have no medium, right?
Yeah.
So he is literally my everything. Sounds gay as hell, eh? But you know what I'm saying? Like would you relax? People are allowed to walk outside. Yes. They can walk in front of our house. It's okay.
Yeah. Your dog? Yeah, my dog does that. Sits in the window and just barks at everybody.
Yeah. Can you go see what fool would dare walk in front of the house? He tries to get our attention. He's like, look, you see this shit? You know what I mean?
There's someone walking by the house.
How dare they? Don't they know I have a 200-meter perimeter around my property? There's nobody out there, right?
No.
You know what's really funny though? I bring him out to the backyard. One second. My kid is bumming off. I'm diabetic, right? So I drink these friggin' carbonated water, flavored water or whatever.
Oh, okay.
It fucking likes them too, but I don't like parting with them because they're friggin' like they cost as much as gold nowadays. And it prevents me from drinking pot. Well, it doesn't prevent me from drinking pot, but it's like a pot.
So I'm going to keep hitting you with more questions because I'm just curious. You got to pluck your brain.
Well, keep hitting me with more questions because I'm a fan of information.
Oh yeah. Are you going to run your own ref seminars and have your own team, like associated refs, or you? Okay, yeah. You know what
I'd like to do, and I got to discuss this with Dave Knox. Is I'm going to tell him what like basically I'm going to explain to him. It's very similar to the WAF or not WAF wall setup. It's basically the wall setup with a little bit less anal retentiveness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like taking a little bit more of the training wheels off, with the shoulders and the wrist a little bit, but it's essentially the WAL setup. So it's not going to be a huge learning curve. Do you get what I mean? Whole, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Elbow fouls here. Like, I mean, if, excuse me, a guy like Dave Knox has been reffing longer and I've been arm wrestling. He's figured it out real quick. And then I'm going to get them to do seminars. You know why? I'm not even a level 1. So, in fact, in my 19th year, which is now, I'm likely going to attend my first reffing seminar. I think there might be a conflict. I might be somewhere else. I have to find out the date for that, but he's coming to Kingston. If I'm available, I'm going to go and get my level 1.
Well,
nice.
I think honestly, they when they evaluate you, like you're not level 1, but you got 19 years of pro arm wrestling experience. So believe it or not, when you go to seminar, I'm pretty sure if you do the level 2, I think you can bypass it. I think you're already kind of considered because of your experience. I think you could do the test and actually, like, like when you challenge something in school for your ticket or something like that, because you work, you know what I'm talking about? I think
you know
they
what?
do that. I think they do that.
I'm a very bad ref. I would want to do it.
Then just get your level 1. Then
yeah. No, I would want to do it because my thing is focus. Like if you watch the match that I refed for the cons, like I do some stupid shit. Like I get impressed by the match and I'm like fucking dabbing the like the competitors, high fiving them and shit. It's like I'm doing that stuff.
It's hard. I mean? It's hard, man. It's hard for me. I know I have a hard time.
Yeah, because like in the case of the match that I refed, Nathan was down 2-0, then won the next 2. So now, and then lost in the final round, but fuck me. Yeah. Like, and that was not scripted. That legit played out that way. Yeah. I could not have asked for a better concept first match. Like, it was great that it wasn't a fucking 3-0 blowout. You know what I mean? It was back and forth. The entertainment was amazing.
Yeah. One thing I can say, one thing I can say that might help you is I know Butcher, right? He does a lot of our events. Yeah.
Patrick what's his last name? Yeah.
He's one of my favorite refs. Like, he's kind of my mentor. I listen to everything he says, and he just a fountain of information. He's always with Hicks and he's with Anthony a lot.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
He wears the toque.
Yeah, he wears the toque all the time.
Yeah. Oh, he is.
Yeah. He's been around forever. But what he's doing now is he's going around to all these associations, and they're doing their own in-house seminar just for their league, and they're actually like doing their own level certification for the league outside of everything. So like for your organization, it might be good to do something like that, because that way it's a seminar, but it's teaching your rules and what you want for your league, and they'll be certified based on that.
Brian, you know what you're doing right now, don't you?
No, I'm just trying to help.
No, you know what you're doing.
Yeah,
what you're doing? You're creating and defining your role in Mac.
I'm trying to help, man.
But you want to be part of this on the board, right? We have to kind of iron out what people's why not be like part of, like, not the head referee, but maybe to establish the rules and that you oversee the referees. You know what I mean?
Oh, I understand what you're saying.
Like, you could be like a compliance officer.
Ethics committee?
Yeah.
Okay, not an ethics committee.
A compliance officer or something like that. And West, well, if we ever do Mac out West, you're obviously going to be the contact. You probably likely run it. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah, well, we'll talk because I mean, outside of everything, of course,
Yeah.
but I do have 100% partner in everything I do. This
Oh,
guy
okay.
Ronald, yeah, and he's the brains of everything we do.
Yeah.
But we're gonna sit down, we're gonna talk, and I think me and him are trying to work out coming to New York. So, like I said, just give me a few days to ponder everything and
Yep.
think things out. I had some
I
major things happen at
guys,
my house.
I already got 3 guys coming from Western Canada to this event. I got Dakota, Sean, and Bellin.
Well, Bellin's coming. Well, see, and I'm thinking about this match, but I just got hit with the last 3 days have been just hell in my family. So I just
Look, man,
didn't want to
listen,
commit.
don't even stress, okay? Don't even stress. Like guys had to pull out for a lot of different reasons, and I don't we're months away. I'm sure I can fit a match for what's his name, Ray Dalton. Ray
I'm
Dalton.
looking at him. I'm looking. It's Ray. I got him on my friends list as Ray Dalton Belmore. Is that the same guy?
Is it Belmore? Hold on.
I don't know. That's what I
Am I
got.
able to like close out of this and stay on, or
I
You can
think if you
are you
close out, you'll
Android?
stay on. I just won't
Is
be
he
able to
Android?
see you.
Is
yeah?
he?
Let me just.
Yeah,
Let me just.
go ahead.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah,
It
you'll be
is. His
okay.
name is.
Oh, you
Oh
can quote. Oh, okay.
yeah, I'm on my what do you call it? My fucking Ray Dalton Belmore. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks pretty strong. I was watching
Oh, no,
some.
he's fucking for real, man.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
He,
oh yeah.
he's a big one.
Yeah.
But he needs his opportunity. Fuck. Okay. Well,
I just want to give him. I want to give him a good match. That's all. But I think I might have the strength for him. But he does look. He looks pretty good. So
am I there?
Yeah,
yeah,
you're there.
you're
Can you
there.
not see us?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I
can
can see you
feel
now.
it. But,
Okay.
Ugh.
getting pumped.
But Dakota, you can see why people think you're biracial, right? The kind of
Yeah.
Because of his Jerry curls.
yeah, but he's got kind of like that. He has a little bit of a biracial look to him too. I don't know. Like my son Ryan and him.
The chiseled
I,
jaw, isn't it?
maybe my son Ryan and you look a lot alike. It's weird.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'll send you a picture. You'll be like, you tell me. He's a little
I
darker,
lose some more
but in
fat on
winter
the jawline.
he gets lighter in winter. And he has a very similar hair color as yours, and kind of he's a little bit more froey than you, but it's
Yeah.
similar.
Well, this is like I get this done right, so I just like it. It's easy. So
Yeah, my hairstyle is easy too.
I just
People
love
ask me what color is my hair. I'm like, it's bald. It's bald color.
I wish I'd just hurry up and go fully bald is what I wish. Oh, like
Man, I don't know about that. I'd rather go gray than bald, but I don't know.
I'm gray
Because I
and
have a
bald.
weird shape head. You see, I got these things on the side. I got these muscles. Like I
Yeah.
got a head that's shaped like a dolphin's head. It's like I wish I had hair to shape.
Look like someone hit you in the middle with a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Look at you. Yeah, yeah.
Oh boy.
I'm just fucking with you.
It's all right.
All right.
What God didn't bless me in good looks, He gave me in other places. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Oh
absolutely.
yeah.
I feel the same.
Let's talk about let's zone in a little bit. We've been talking about the league. Let's zone in on the pay-per-view that's
Yeah.
coming up. I know it's a long ways away. Not much is being said specifically, but it's Mac 1. It's coming. You said earlier, May 25th. When you look at that from more of a holistic sense, is this like a 1 day thing where you have the super matches in the tournament? Is this a 2 day thing? Is the three what is
It's
your
it's a very busy 1 day, but my priority is the filming of the super matches, so I can prove that I can do 10 to 12 super matches in a particular time frame. That
Okay.
is the goal. Now, once that's done, whether it's a success or not, I mind dump that, and then I got to deal with the tournament because that's a big priority too. Because you got hundreds of people. You know what I'm saying? You got to get these fucking things going. Classes, you know. So I have a lot of help with me on that. And I got some wicked fucking like. Did I show you guys what the medals look like? So
No, haven't shown me.
They
they
look
have
good.
big thick graphic ribbons, and the medal is a 4-inch medallion that's like in the shape of this, and
Wow.
the
Oh,
arm, if you get gold, is gold, silver, bronze.
Oh, that's very awesome.
that's sick.
Yeah, and if you want, I'm gonna have like big pimp daddy fucking chains with the same logo, complete gold. So yeah,
That's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool.
yeah, I'm gonna have probably about 30 or 40 of those to sell.
Oh yeah, you just sent me a picture of the composite, like the blueprint of it.
Yeah, what do you think?
I like it. You want? Yeah. I think
Oh
it looks
yes,
sweet.
I really like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Looks real good.
I think so.
So
Yeah.
it's a busy one day. You're doing the super matches and then the tournament.
No, I'm doing. Get this, it starts at 11. I'm doing a New York like local super match
Oh,
thing.
I saw this. Sean and I were talking about this. There's local super matches that are like a prelim at 11, right?
Yeah, free live stream. It's also going to be. I might actually ref it.
Okay.
I might. I'm going to discuss the guys because I kind of want the refs that are going to be doing the big thing to kind of see what I'm
The idea
basically
you
trying
got.
to do.
What you're looking at.
And so sorry, the prelims is on your table as well. And
Yes.
you want to ref it so that you can show the referees what you want them to be doing in a sense.
What he expects.
Yeah, except obviously not the head referee because
Yeah.
Dave Knox is going to be well informed. He's
Mhm.
going to take role and he's going to tell me to fuck off. Like basically, like
Mhm.
Yeah. You've hired me to do a job. Now let me do the job. Now, if I have a problem with what he does after the fact, I will do that. But while he's doing it, I hired him to do the job. You know what I mean? I believe in affecting, because it just looks bad when the promoter and the referee start arguing. It just looks bad.
Yeah,
You know
of
what I mean?
course.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And I might be critiqued by him after about my performance as a referee. He's like, you missed this, that, and the other thing, and I hope he does.
Yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
know?
Well, you only get better. It's like arm wrestling. The more you do it, the more reps you get, the more it
Better
just
get at it.
goes and becomes
Yeah.
natural.
Comfortable
Yeah.
you get.
And since I like everybody, like there's zero chance that they'll friggin' think biasness because they're New York guys. I'm Kingston guy. You know what I mean? Like it's not
There's
like
no biased
there's
anyway.
no biasness. Like I just want to
I
do.
forget people exist. When I ref, I have to forget who's at the table and I just do my job. Like I don't ever look at Zach or Dakota. Like, you know what I mean? I have to I just eliminate that and I just look at two hands on the table and you just forget about who's pulling. So there should be never any bias in reffing anyway. That's why when I do see it, I fucking lose my mind and I get really
Yeah.
angry.
We gotta find a fucking proper match for this event.
Dakota, yeah.
We got to get him American.
Oh, see, that'd make me really want to say, yeah, if I can pull with my teammates there, oh,
Cool.
We need an American counterpart. I'm looking for a 22-year-old who's about what 200 pounds. Would you say
Ish, yeah.
200 pounds? 22, 20. Let's say 20, 24 to 19. Fair.
Yeah.
24
Yeah.
to 19,
You
200
could even do
pounds.
26
Hunter
to
Wells.
19. You could even do 26.
What about that Hunter guy? Hunter Welsh or whatever.
Yeah, he's already on it though.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay. Well, but he's close. I think he's like a year or two older.
Hold on. Let me. You say Hunter? Let me just make sure.
I just think of names who I know down there that would be Dakota
I
size.
see, and I don't know many down there, and that's why I'm going to be asking around too and trying to find. And you guys know this, but I'm game. You just tell me I'm game. Like I'm there to have fun.
Yeah,
rip someone's arm off.
I'm pretty informed on everybody.
What
weight is he?
way
It's
in
like
North
two.
Carolina.
Oh, okay, yeah. Probably wouldn't want to
Yeah,
travel that far.
so he's a little far.
Yeah, he's a little far. But yeah,
It's not. I'm thinking of a different hunter that's in the show.
yeah.
Um, and actually, no. You know what I did? The guy that makes my hats, his name is Hunter, and I have a guy working on the show with me. His name is Gunner, and I
Mm,
fucking
mm.
I did the little mental switcheroo there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You know
that.
what'd be awesome is if us, you know what I want to do? Dakota, me and Zach, this summer, we're gonna all have a super match. Just fucking crush people.
Oh yeah.
He's already getting
You
pumped.
know,
He's thinking about
I
pulling
would
now.
love if the super like when the super matches are done and stuff, and we're running the tournament. I almost want to go into it just so I
Oh
can.
yeah. Oh yeah. I know. You should see me. I ran my event last week. I was just wiped. Me and Ronnie, we were just like running it all. I wanted to pull so fucking bad. I almost entered last minute. Like, but I was so out of it mentally. I'm glad I didn't. But
Yeah, I'm not going to do it.
no,
That's
it's a lot. Listen, it's a lot. When you run an event and then you try to pull, like it's a waste of time. I'm telling you. It's not.
yeah. I could see that because I'm going to be pretty fucking strung out anyway, right? Because
Yeah, and I got to hand out the medals to my team, actually my teammate. It was awesome. You know what? That was the best ever too. Run an event and actually be able to crown my teammates and the guys that I don't know. I
pull up
just
the
fucking love arm wrestling, man.
gold hemp medallion one. Did I sent it to you, right?
I don't know. Let me look.
Did I send it to you, Dakota?
No, you
Are
didn't
you
send it to me.
are you on your phone or
No, you didn't
your
send it to me. No.
I'm on my phone, so if you send it to me, I won't be able to show it,
I
unfortunately.
just got all the
Hold on.
hats. Yeah.
No, Brian, I know I sent it to you, buddy. Hold on. Yeah, it's literally right there. What are you talking about? Look at so you see how there's three pictures?
Pictures. The fuck is it? Did you send it to me before?
Oh, I sent it to you on your messenger.
Yeah, I know.
But okay, I'm gonna screenshot this and then I'm gonna
Oh
resend
yeah,
it.
I got it. I got it.
Okay.
Is it this?
Oh, hold on a sec. Yeah, so the one on the far right, if you can blow that up so people can see, that is going to be on a gold chain, boys.
Yeah, that's sick.
Dang.
Yeah, on a gold. Yeah, that's what you were talking about earlier. That's awesome.
Yeah, and we're
Yeah.
gonna wear it like pimps, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want the swag to look so friggin' cool. Like I'm literally, it really means like I want the youth in the sport or youth in general to say this shit is cool. And because if kids start wearing it, it becomes cool because kids know how to manipulate social medias and they can get things going viral better than any adult.
I gotta like just break off. Listen, I might have somebody that can make those tables here, eh? I
Okay.
just got a guy here interested in having max style table. If he sends the plans, I'll take a copy and we can build one right away. I got everything and the skills needed to build them. So
Well, there you go.
I just had a shout out, so I'm just letting you know.
Okay, Brian. So I'm going to work on that real hard to get you some plans. I'll also send him a ton of pictures, like like stages of when with the wood and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know if that'll help him at all, but I'll just send him everything
I'll
I've
talk
got.
to him. I'll talk to him more. I just seen them. He sent it. He must be watching. So
Yeah,
anyway,
no,
thanks, Terry, if you're on here, buddy.
that's amazing. That's great that he'd be willing to do that. Because again, um, you know, I would love for someone to pump out tables. And it doesn't really like people say, well, how would you control like profits and stuff? Well, it's because I won't. You know what I mean? I'm not like, for example, WAF. Do you think they get a cut on every WAF table that's sold?
No, they don't.
Now I have a guy in the States that's selling them, and he's giving portions of the profits to my guy JJ, because for Mac, so that we can buy things like banners and different, you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
to invest in the next thing with the hats that I want to do after banners. I want to buy my own professional style cameras so I can film everything anywhere I'm going, doing traveling for social medias.
Yeah, media
You know what I
guy.
mean? And have the top quality stuff. And because the more professional that I am, and the more professional the product, it's just people see it as this is a legit league. And
Yeah.
eventually we're going to be able to hire, if things work out the way I see it, we're going to hire social media people, professional people that's what they do. You know what I mean?
Got
And
ya.
Like a social media manager.
whatever, you know what I mean? And that way
I
they
just have a
can
media guy. Just label him media.
take some of the burden off Matthias, because the
Yeah.
guy's he wears enough hats as it is.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, as long as you got good people in your corner, like one thing I found in this arm wrestling gig is that we're all there for each other, and it's like everybody is there to help. Like anybody that reaches out to me, I help them the best I can. You know what I mean? As long as you never fucked me before, I'm gonna help you, right? So,
Well, that's
sure,
it.
there'll be lots of
And
people.
it used to be very much like that.
I
I've heard
feel it a lot
sad,
these days.
sad stories in the last couple years of some fuckery going on, but I
There's always
want to
an
be
oddball, but
I want
I
to
don't
be the
let them deter me.
I want to be the promoter that looks at himself in a humble light, and that the guys that work for me, or I work for them. It's a partnership.
Mhm.
That's why I'm allowing the pay-per-view sales to be right at the moment 50-50. And the reason for that is, they're I've I mean, I might have already explained this, but that becomes 23 social media platforms.
Well, yeah,
Finding
you can't
my
ask for better promotion than that. And then the athlete's actually taking some self initiative and promoting himself as well.
Yeah. I think it
So
helps everyone all the way around.
how am I the boss in that situation? I'm not, right? I'm a partner.
No, but
No, but I
I
don't
like
want.
your idea. I think it's great.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, that's why because look at it this way: the athlete is going to be able to choose his own setup. He's going to be able to make his own money. He and like he's basically his own boss. So, like, here's a platform. You want to use this platform? Okay, let's do business
The
together.
only thing I'm worried about, Ian, because remember we talked about it, is you got a lot of lazy people out there. So you're gonna have like this code or whatever we were talking about.
Yeah.
Problem is how many people buy the pay-per-view and just, you know what I mean? There's no initiative for them to use the code, so they don't put it in. But the reason they
Well,
bought the pay-per-view is because of me. You know what I mean? Or you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
but
Like people are lazy. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
but listen. If they don't, we will know who's selling. So, for example, Brian, say you made 1,000 pay-per-view sales.
Yeah.
You would get 50%. Now, I can't guarantee that if big money comes into the league,
Oh, I get it.
that becomes a different
But
situation.
now you got people accountable, shareholders and shit.
Yeah. So right now, I don't have anything. So I'm going to go 50-50, right? So
Thanks, buddy.
person that you were talking about, that lazy person that you were talking about, will know he's lazy, or that he doesn't have much of a following or whatever, because that code shows up on Matthias's thing. And if he made 3 sales, so he gets 50% of 3 sales. You get 50% of 1,000. Well, obviously the payout will be different.
Yeah.
No, I know what you mean. But I was just thinking, like a lot of times, even me, I'll have a promo code, but there won't be. I won't even think. I'll just buy the fucking thing, and then I didn't put the promo code in, and now there's no trace, right? We took back to the reason I bought the. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think it'll be like a QR code. So as soon as you hit, like, if I want to support Dakota, I take my phone. I believe it's going to be like that. then it will register me under Dakota, you know?
Mhm.
Oh, see, I like that because then that also gives me something I can put on my YouTube or I can put on my
Right.
Instagram story and be like, get
Yeah.
this pay-per-view, scan this
Listen,
code.
Scan this code.
Talk
Yeah.
out my ass, though, before I talk out of my ass, let me confirm with Matthias on that because
No, that's
I don't
fine.
like
Yeah.
I don't like talking
These
on
are just the ideas, though. I know what you're
yeah,
saying.
I
It's
don't like
okay.
talking
None stone.
by the house because that's not my that's the I'm a shmee in arm wrestling. That's a shmee is a subject matter expert, okay? Like I'm not me on fucking IT.
Yeah,
And
you're not
so
a digital wizard. Yeah.
no, I get my kids to reset the modem.
I'm the same way. Ronald, my partner, he's such an awesome guy. Like I couldn't ask for a better partner. He's on technically and like as far as media or like anything, like he was doing website building with HTMI or HTTP or whatever it was. I was like, what is this shit? The guy's a genius. I can't do that shit. I can talk and I have friendships and I mean I'm well liked in arm wrestling, but as
Yeah.
far as that, yeah, I'm fucking dumb as a board.
You
Well,
guys are
I
having
know
like
how
a
to
battle.
uh,
You, you guys are having a battle of who can say something gayer. Brian is like, oh, my partner, he's everything to me.
Well, you know,
you know what we should do? What we should do is get Matthias to take this interview when it gets uploaded, and he can like go through all the gay shit that was said, and we could just splice it, and it's just like, what the fuck were they talking about? You know, it's totally gay.
Yeah, I don't think too much before I speak. I don't have a filter. Right? You should
that
see.
was just funny.
Yeah, when we started doing lives, I was like, "Oh shit, I gotta start thinking before I talk." What the fuck? I can't edit it out. Oh no.
Boys, it's 10 o'clock over here. What time is it over there?
Yeah, it's getting late.
It's 8.
About 8
Yeah.
o'clock.
Yeah, it's been going a while, but you know what? I think that we're getting it out though, and I think people are getting a pretty good idea on what you're all
Hey,
about.
what time is it there?
8.
Almost 8.
We're 2 hours behind you.
Oh,
Yeah, you're
fuck.
2
I
hours
always
ahead.
backwards. Oh my goodness.
Gotcha.
Get that shit backwards. Like, yeah, that's right.
We time change on Saturday, so we'll only be an hour behind you because we're moving the clocks ahead.
Yeah, but they do too, don't they?
yeah.
No, do you?
They do. Yeah.
Oh, I thought.
So there's
I
still
thought.
2 hours.
Oh, Saskatchewan doesn't do that though, do they?
They knew we switched it like a while ago to make that way all Canada's the same. Yeah.
I thought Saskatchewan didn't do it. I thought a lot of places were opting out of that.
I don't know.
Well,
Maybe. I know
actually,
Ontario didn't though.
they are talking about opting out, but
Yeah.
Oh, well, my bad. Never mind. Same
Daylight
time.
savings
Same
or whatever.
time.
Mhm.
Say that.
but guys, I'm gonna bust out
Yeah,
here. I got a dog
I'm
that needs to
tired.
go outside and
Yeah.
Yeah.
eat something, and then I gotta go to bed because I was
Oh,
tired.
One last question though. When you arm wrestled Shaq, how strong did he feel?
Like I've yet to feel someone as strong as he was that didn't arm wrestle.
Wow, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he and it has its strength, but it's
His levers.
leverage, right? His leverage, his application of force was incredible. But the thing is, guys, understand when I've been arm wrestling Dev pretty much all day. My left doesn't recover like my right. And when I hit Shaq over, I thought I'd just do the typical like he doesn't know what he's doing, take his hand, go. And when it didn't go, because I rotated into nothing because his hand engulfed mine,
Yeah.
I could have like wrapped my leg around the pole, drove my shoulder
Oh,
press.
yeah.
But
And you didn't know what you were feeling at first either.
I'm not doing that to Shaq, and he doesn't know what he's doing. What if I would have broke his arm?
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
You know, but
Yeah, but you pulled twice, didn't you? The second time you just pinned him.
I understood his strength level.
You changed
But
it.
watch, I'm gentle with him. Like I come down, I separate him, I come across,
Yeah.
and it hurt his arm. Like he gets up from the table, grabbing his arm.
Oh yeah.
That's dude. My heart when he did that, my heart went like.
Oh,
I was like, because I didn't want to I don't want to get famous that way. You know what I'm saying?
I have a hard time going through people too.
I would
like,
be
even in practice. I don't usually.
Put him outside, please. He needs to go outside for people.
Well, we can let you go, Ian. That's all I wanted to ask, honest. We really appreciate having you on in your time, and it was awesome to hear from you. And I know it sounds like we're all going to be.
That's fucking arm, eh? Is that coming along or what?
Ooh.
Damn.
It sounds
I'll
like
have a
we're all going to
bicep.
be in touch anyways, and big things are coming for Mac. So I'm super excited. So it's good.
Well, thank you guys for giving me this platform, and you know, I'm willing to attend any of these podcasts and stuff to talk because it's the only way I'm going to get the news out, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
And Brian, we'll talk tomorrow whenever we talk about the guy that reached
Yeah,
out to
for
you,
sure. For sure.
and
I'll give it some
I'm
thought. I
gonna
just
get
haven't had
Mike
time.
to help Rick make an actual professional CAD, and then it should be easier at that point to make
Yeah.
tables.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
Well, like I said, we'll talk too because it sounds like I don't want to pass up an opportunity if I got somebody that can actually build something like that. And
Yeah.
then we can
Cost.
hash out the details. Yeah, for sure.
All right, my friends. Have a
Okay,
good one.
buddy. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Take care, Ian.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Let's see if he figures out how to leave. That's always the second task.
Oh,
Oh, he
he
got
did.
her. Oh, well,
Okay.
do you guys
well,
want to cut the live there?
Yeah, I pretty much just got to cut the whole thing to end the live because haven't figured it out yet how to
That's
cut it
fair.
and still talk. So, but awesome.
All
I think it was a
right.
good podcast, guys. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job, guys.
yeah,
Go
man.
work.
I'll see you soon. I'll be at next practice. Like,
Everyone who watched, thanks for watching. If you want to
Yes.
see more, subscribe. We're going to keep getting guests on here like this. And thanks for your support. And yeah,